What's up, YouTube? So I'm going to throw this into the beginning of the video. I just got done mowing. You'll see the video here in just a second, but man, it is getting dark, and which I don't know if the video reflects it, but I can tell that it makes the grass look a little darker than it is. But man, the mow that we just did looks amazing. Just wanted to catch it before all the leaves start coming down. But we did a diagonal cut, cutting it at 3.5 inches now. So it's looking really good. So just wanted to quickly show you. And now onto the video. What's going on, YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. I am feeling much better. Thank you all that mentioned, get well, Mr. Ferguson. Hope you're feeling fine. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. The day that video came out, yesterday, I really started to feel better. And it's just like the Lord heard my prayer, and boom, it's just like it ended. And I haven't taken any medication for the previous like 3 or 4 days. I've been popping these cold and sinus pills, and they worked so well to stop the runny nose and all that, and it just relieved the sinus pressure. And the last 2 days, or at least over 24 hours, let me say, I've not taken any, and I'm doing well. The coughing's kind of went away. The sinus pressure, runny nose is dried up. So it's like it just quit. It's crazy. I've never had it just stop like that. So I feel back, my energy level's back up. So that's what we're going to do today. Today we're going to handle some of these leaves that you see behind me. I've been watching and waiting and said, well, I'm just going to mulch this into the dirt into the soil, because this may sound stupid, and maybe you're like me and you didn't know this. I looked up, are leaves very beneficial to our soil or not? I don't know. I've never really looked that up. I've never cared. I've just kind of always got them off of the new seed, because most of the time they would fall when we're planting new seed. And so I just, rake them away. But I was like, what is the benefit, or is there a benefit to having leaves? And so I did Google it, and yes, it is organic matter that when it decomposes in our soil, it's very beneficial to our soil to help with nutrient uptake and other things, I believe is what I read. So if you didn't know that, mulching leaves into your lawn is a good thing. Don't clear them all off and never mulch them in. I would say what I'm going to do is try to rake. I'm not going to get every single leaf off, because again, it's like food for the soil. So I don't need to get every single leaf off the property. Plus, you see the sky above me. You see all these leaves behind me, right? They're going to fall too. So mulching them in is good. Bagging's also okay if you do it maybe every other time. But if you didn't know that, the leaves are good for your soil. Now, in areas like my front yard that doesn't get a lot of leaves, we may need to add some supplements or some amendments like the biochar and things of that nature, organic matter that's not getting mulched up leaves that are good for the soil. So what we're going to do this first part is I'm going to go ahead and get out here and try to get outside. I've been cooped up in the house for several days. So grab the old-fashioned rake. My blower actually went down on me, my gas-powered one. I got a battery-powered one. It's a replacement, but it's super weak. It's kind of dewy out here on the ground, so it's not going to be able to push any leaves. So I need to really invest in one of those backpack blowers. Although I only would use it, 3 months out of the year. But again, my neighbor has one, and he clears his whole property in no time, and it works really well. But I'm going to go old-fashioned rake and just enjoy the rake and getting my body back used to being outside and doing some work and moving again. So we'll throw you on the tripod, do a little time lapse, and let's clear out some of the leaves. So there we go. It took about 45 minutes, not too long. And I know everybody's anti-rake nowadays. It's like, man, below that. But you can already see the leaves falling and beginning to cover it back up so quickly. Why did we do this? Why is it worth doing it? Mr. Ferguson, you just said that leaves are good for our soil. You should mulch that up and put that back in there. Yes, that is true. But this is why if you haven't walked your lawn in several days or weeks, you can see these areas that are covered with leaves are super dry. Now, these are the thin areas, obviously, that that are back here that I've talked about for many weeks, and you can see the difference. Look at this. Look at this GCI Spreader Elite Turf Type Tall Fescue. And when I pan it back over here to where I just raked, look at the color difference. Look how it's gray. It's dehydrated. It is dry because we've not had rain in almost a month. We stay dry. All these leaves are proof of it. There's not a wet leaf among them unless it's still wet from dew. So I am going to put the sprinkler here to hydrate it, much like this. Just look at that picture right there. That may be our thumbnail. The hydrated grass that I've watered recently versus the leaf covered non-hydrated grass right there that looks terrible. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and snap a picture of that, which I think I just did. Might be a third one, I don't know. But so you may need to move them just to put water down, because we don't want all the leaf cover when we're trying to get water in the soil. It needs to be hydrated. Just look at the nastiness, and we didn't overseed this. So if you're just watching for the first time, so there's more reasons. Even though it's good food for our soil, we do need to keep it hydrated and watered. And I've never watered near Thanksgiving in my lawn ever. In the past, 6 years I've been doing this, 5 years. But it's dry over here. It's super dry over in this section. So I'm going to stick my sprinkler right here. So we didn't make it out to the project lawn, but had to get that raking done. I'm going to also put a mow on this. I'm not going to record all that. I am kind of tired from just raking, to be honest with you. It's just still trying to recover from sickness. But keep that in mind with leaves. Number one, they're good to mulch. They're good to bag. If you need to bag them. And then the next week, maybe what comes back like this is great small time food for the soil. So mulching it up on the mulch setting on your mower and just leave it, water it in. The decomposed leaves will help your soil. But we do need to move and push back the leaves. Number one, we don't need to cover the grass to where it's blocking the sunlight, but also we have dry spots that can't get the water because the leaves are protecting it. So we need to move it so we can get water on these areas, even for rainfall. So keep that in mind. So a little bit of a simplistic, just very easy. Most of you probably know this. I continue to put peat moss in this area. This is our shady nook seed. There's not much to follow up on this with, guys. I've not seen any germination yet. I've been watching throughout the day. This area is not getting any sunlight right now. So I don't know if this seed's going to work or not, being that we're not getting any seed whatsoever through here. The sun is basically going right over top of the house and over towards this way, more at an angle. So it's casting a shadow right here, and we're not getting sun here. So who knows if this will come in or not. It may just have to sit there dormant until sunlight hits it, the UV rays get on it and everything. So we'll keep an eye on that. But thank you for tuning in this Friday. It's been a weird week, not feeling well, but take care of your leaves. Even if you got to manually get out there and flex your muscles a little bit and get them off, it's worth it. God bless you guys. Hope you have a great week. Hopefully we'll be back to normal on Monday. Take it easy.